Having trouble with fumes from your soldering? Are you sick of having to move the fan around the work and constantly knocking it over? You need the Boomer Fume. Position that fume filter wherever you want. No trouble. I'm sure you've all been in the same situation. You're soldering, fumes are getting everywhere, and you pull out a fan and you can't position it on the desk and it's always in the way, or you can't get it close enough to where you want to work. I was using a pipe before and I just got a bit sick of it. So I decided to make this filter that goes on the end of a boom arm. Boom arm is one that I brought for putting a camera. Comes with an attachment for like a phone, and it has a standard 1/4 inch -20 threaded tripod mount on the end. So I designed this system just to fit on the end, and let's have a look. I want to share the files with you so that you can make them yourself. This is not quite the final design, but the files that you will get will have the things that I've changed on this. So we can see that it's made up of 3 parts. The middle part, which holds the fan, then there's a grill on the top, and then there's the bottom part. Inside the bottom part is an active charcoal filter, and I changed the size of it so that it would accept the most common ones that I could find, which is 130 by 130 by 10 millimeters. This is an older version. You can just see that there's the top part that the fan goes in, and then that would just go underneath and the filter would go in the bottom. I put a handle on it so that you can easily move it about wherever you want to go and position it close to your work. Tighten it up. The amount of weight that this can hold is purely depending on the quality of the arm. I think this arm was about £20. You can get them relatively cheap, like £10, and then you can go up to quite a lot. They can hold and position quite a lot of weight. What I then decided while I was making it was it'd be nice to be able to put helping hands on there. And you can see on my first version that I put them on this part, but then it was getting quite big to print onto a normal printer. So I decided to change it so that it was on the bottom part. So when you print this in 3 parts, none of it is getting too wide for most printers. Just going to disconnect it. So the way that I've done this is I used a 1/4-20 UNC bolt. It's pressed fitted into the side, and then I've glued it in. These bolts are relatively cheap, and it pushes in and then just glues in. It's okay. The top, the middle and the bottom are just held together with some M3 bolts with ring nuts on the end and washers, so it's easy to take apart. I added mounts on the side for these helping hands. They are 3 1/8 BSP threads, and then I just put a fancy grill on with these hexagonal shapes. And depending on what accessories you can get for the arms, I've seen that there's some lights and there's some magnifying glasses as well. The fan that I've got in here is it's quite a strong one, 0.46 amps. You could obviously just use something like a Noctua if it's quiet, but I don't think it works quite as well. You need to have a good amount of suction, Vicar. So that just screws on to the end. I'm using an old fan controller, again from an old PC. So it's just a Zalman fan controller. And you can hear that it goes up quite loud. And it works from a decent amount away. You could put some lights on there, some LEDs to see what you're doing. You can obviously use it that way, so you're soldering on the bench and the fumes go up. You could use it that way so that it sits at the side of your work so you can be soldering in front of it. Or you could use it that way and you've got your helping hands. So we can just solder some parts together. And the fumes are instantly drawn through and not going into our face. I actually found this is quite good because we can stand up and do work, and you can have it at a comfortable height if you're doing something you don't want to be sitting down, standing up all the time. So I really like that, having that addition on there. I thought that was really useful. The files to print them yourselves will be on my 3Ding profile, look in the description. And just to help with me developing and cost of materials to get these things going, I just ask for like a couple of dollars, just a donation towards the channel, and then you can get the files and print them off yourself. So thank you for looking at this quick video just about this boom arm fume filter, the boomer filter. Thanks for looking, and I'll see you soon.